Rewarming last night's dinner is a habit so ordinary that we rarely stop to ask what the extra burst of heat is doing to the food's chemistry or to our bodies. Yet, every reheating cycle pushes cooked ingredients through a second or third round of high-temperature reactions. Proteins, starches, fats, and even vegetable nitrates reorganize under that heat, creating small amounts of compounds that toxicologists label probable or possible human carcinogen. A single microwave slice of pizza will not give anyone cancer, but public health agencies worry about the cumulative exposure that builds up over decades in people who rely on leftovers every day. Understanding which foods are most reactive, why the risk exists, and how simple kitchen tweaks can slash that exposure is the goal of this 30-minute deep dive. When we cook for the first time, the Maillard reaction, lipid oxidation, and nitrate conversion are largely contained in a brief, moist environment. Reheating, by contrast, often means drier surfaces and longer contact with air. Exactly the conditions that restart or accelerate those same reactions. Starches take on darker hues and form acrylamide. Sodium nitrite in cured meats converts more of itself into N-nitrosamines. Charred edges on yesterday's steak collect an extra layer of heterocyclic amines, HPH. Even the oil we fried in yesterday, if reheated today, breaks into aldehydes linked to oxidative stress and DNA damage. Over months and years, these microdoses add up, nudging cell replication toward errors the immune system must continually repair. 1. Potatoes. Potatoes are a staple in almost every cuisine, but they're also one of the most risky when it comes to reheating. Cooked potatoes that are cooled and then reheated, especially by frying or baking, can develop acrylamide, a chemical formed when starchy foods are cooked at high temperatures. Acrylamide is considered a probable human carcinogen by the WHO. Reheating fries, roast potatoes, or potato wedges can significantly raise acrylamide levels, especially when browned or crisped again. If you must reheat potatoes, do so gently, preferably by steaming or microwaving with a little water, and avoid refrying. 2. Spinach. Spinach is incredibly healthy, rich in iron, folate, and antioxidants, but it also contains high levels of nitrates, which are generally harmless in raw or freshly cooked form. The problem arises when spinach is reheated, especially in a microwave. Heat can convert nitrates into nitrites, and eventually into nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens. Reheating spinach can therefore lead to the formation of these harmful compounds in the body. The best solution is to eat spinach fresh, immediately after cooking, or consume it cold, such as in a salad or smoothie, rather than reheated. 3. Processed meats. Sausages, bacon, hot dogs. Processed meats already contain sodium nitrite, a preservative that helps with flavor and shelf life. When you cook or reheat these meats, especially by frying or grilling, the nitrites can turn into nitrosamines, which are classified as Group 1 carcinogens by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. Reheating bacon or sausages in a pan, oven, or microwave can increase the risk by producing more of these compounds. Studies have linked high consumption of processed meats to colorectal and stomach cancers. To stay safe, limit intake of processed meats and avoid reheating them more than once. 4. Mixed dishes. Think leftover pizza, bread plus processed meat, biryani crisped under a grill, or stir-fried rice with bacon can stack these hazards. Starch delivers acrylamide. Cured meat adds nitrosamines. Reheated oil supplies aldehydes, and the brown bits offer HCAs. While each compound alone might sit far below legal safety margins, their combined presence creates a cocktail exposure that no toxicology panel has fully quantified. The practical lesson is not to fear leftovers, but to reheat them with moisture. Steam biryani, microwave pizza on a glass of water to soften the crust, or revive stir-fries in a covered skillet with a splash of broth. Lower temperature plus added humidity keep reactive surfaces cooler and cut formation of the nastier molecules. 5. Chicken. Chicken is high in protein and a common leftover. But reheating cooked chicken can pose a hidden risk. When protein-rich foods like chicken are exposed to high heat again, especially dry heat like grilling or frying, their protein structure changes. This makes it harder to digest and could lead to the formation of heterocyclic amines, ACAS, a group of chemicals formed when muscle meat is cooked at high temperatures. HCAs are suspected carcinogens and have shown links to cancer in animal studies. If you need to reheat chicken, do so gently, preferably using steam or low heat, with moisture to reduce the risk. 6. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are delicate in nature and highly sensitive to temperature changes. They contain complex proteins and enzymes that start breaking down soon after cooking. When mushrooms are reheated, especially more than once, their proteins can degrade into harmful compounds that cause digestive issues and oxidative stress in the body. While not directly proven to cause cancer, this oxidative stress can weaken cells and increase inflammation, creating an environment more favorable for cancer over time. The best approach is to eat cooked mushrooms immediately or store them properly, and avoid reheating them more than once. 7. Oil-rich fried foods. Reheating deep-fried foods like samosas, fried chicken, or spring rolls may be satisfying, but it's also one of the most dangerous habits when it comes to cancer risk. The oils used in deep frying, especially vegetable oils high in polyunsaturated fats, break down into toxic aldehydes when reheated. These chemicals have been linked to DNA damage and inflammation, two major contributors to cancer development. Reusing oil and repeatedly heating fried food increases these harmful substances. If you're going to eat fried food, make it fresh and avoid reheating it. And never reuse cooking oil multiple times. Safe reheating tips to protect your health. Reheat only once, and always heat food thoroughly. Piping hot in the center. Store food within 2 hours of cooking and refrigerate below 4°C. Use moist cooking methods like steaming or simmering instead of dry heat. Avoid reheating in plastic containers, as certain plastics may leach chemicals when microwaved. Don't refry or rebake foods that are already brown or crispy. Trim charred edges from meats before reheating. Add lemon, ginger, garlic, or antioxidant-rich herbs to meals to reduce oxidative damage. Leftovers are convenient and reduce food waste, but some foods were never meant to be cooked twice. The combination of high heat, time, and certain nutrients can turn ordinary meals into sources of harmful chemicals. By learning which foods are risky when reheated and choosing safer cooking practices, you're not just protecting yourself from digestive trouble, but potentially reducing your long-term cancer risk. Food should nourish, not harm. So next time you reach for the microwave, remember, some meals are better fresh.